you have to fail to succeed, and failure is important. And that's a really, really difficult concept to digest if you don't understand it. But once you understand it, I think it's just super powerful, and totally correct. We had a 5-year plan. We actually got cut off in end of 3 years, but we did actually more sales, more production, more volumes in 3 years than we even thought we would do in 5 years. So it was
Wow.
mega successful. I mean, the company went from a 500,000 euro a year turnover to 65 million a month. Any of these situations, which can become very, let's say, problematic, stressful, if they're in the business environment, they're not, I don't consider them stress for me. It's a game. If you can grab the guy's attention and he's willing then to sit down and go into the details in 30 seconds, you're way off. If you go into one of these meetings and you want to present something or explain or show something, you have to anticipate what he's going to ask you, and you got to be prepared to answer that on the spot. If you have a situation where you say, well, I don't know, let me go figure out and I'll come back to you, then that opportunity is probably gone. And years
Wow.
ago, for me, the idea of pre-planning that way just didn't make any sense. How can you plan for something you don't know what's going to happen? You ask somebody a question, why do we do this like this, or why is it done like this? And a very, very standard, because that's just the industry standard, or that's how we've been doing it for the last 50 years type of stuff. And most people are very, very comfortable with that. And I look at it exactly the opposite way. I mean, if that's how we've been doing it for the last 50 years, isn't there maybe even the possibility to consider there might be a newer, better way of doing it type of thing? I think what I'm always good at is actually keeping a really, really big open mind. And, a lot of people have a nickname for me. I'm Mr. No Problem. Anything that happens in reaction, it's not a problem. We'll find a solution. You know? First of all, you've got to have the initiative, and you got to have the interest. If you got to have the desire, it's not, if you don't have it, it's not going to work. I mean, if you don't have the drive, but you got to keep an open mind, think anything is possible, and ultimately don't give up. I mean, if it doesn't work the first time, try again, try again. And I mean, the time it takes for me to prepare, the time it takes for me to learn, or the amount of time I redo something I've done over and over again is absolutely insane.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah.
but I find that it pays off at the end.